Okay, grade 12, you are doing very fine. You may wonder why I'm giving you this easy stuff to do. But remember, everything in MathLit is about calculations, and it's very important that you must always use the correct order of the operations. You will, however, see from time to time, always in the beginning of paper 1, that there is also one of these sums that we have to work out. This one I found in an old question paper. Let's look at it. Let's look at this one. You will see that in this sum, I have in fact a square root and a bracket. What you must remember is that the square root is getting the same preference that the bracket is getting, and that we are doing it first. Let us work out the square root of 9,673. Punch in your calculator and press equal. Now it's giving me a decimal number. There's quite a few numbers after the decimal comma. What am I going to do with that? My advice to you would be to keep all the numbers and to write them down, and only to round off your final answer. I'm going to write that for you. I have the 3/4 of the square root of 9,673. What does of mean? Of means multiplication. So I'm going to say 3/4 times, and now I worked out the square root. I'm going to write everything down. 98,35141,077, so that I can get the most accurate answer possible. I'm not going to subtract right now. I'm first going to do the brackets. In the brackets, I have a plus sign. Another way of saying that we are going to plus is to say that we're going to get the sum of two numbers. So, on the calculator again, we are going to add 5.9325 plus 2.16937. And the answer? There you have it, 8,10187. Which operation is going to come next, grade 12? I see a multiplication, I see a minus, and then here, between 0,5 and the bracket, I don't see any operation sign. If I don't see an operation sign, like in this case, we are going to multiply. So let us work out first now the multiplications before we're going to do the subtraction. 3/4, I'm going to use the calculator again. 3/4 of this number that we got when we worked out the square root of 9,673 gives me and when I work out the last part of the sum, 0,5 multiplied by 8,10187. My answer is 4,050935. Finally, I can now subtract. Let us look at that answer again. I punch in the first number. I subtract the second number, and my answer is 69,712,62308. But remember that the general instruction is always to round off all final answers to 2 decimal numbers. So if I'm now going to round off this 69,712,62308 to 2 decimal numbers, if I want to round to 2 decimal numbers, I am going to have to look at the third number. And the third number in this case is 2. Can the 2 make this 1 a 2? No. 69.71 is therefore our final answer. Grade 12, you can round off in the steps in between. But to get your most accurate answer, we only round off in the final, preferably. Here is the last one. I'm going to leave it for you to do. Please write it down. 1441.62 minus, and be careful, the square root is over the whole thing, ne? 8.7 square minus 13.26. Okay, grade 12, I'm going to trust that you will find this answer and that you will go back to your teacher to check that this answer that you found is correct. I'm now going to give over to one of my other colleagues, Metsidi Motludi, who is going to do with you maps and scales. Goodbye.